What's going on, guys? It's your boy the GCC, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 3 clone vehicles that LEGO needs to make. If you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Now let's get into our first set. Alright guys, the first set that we're going to be talking about today is a brand new Republic gunship. Now I know you're probably thinking that we just got a brand new Republic gunship back on September 1st, and yes, you're correct, but of course that was the Coruscant Guard gunship, not the classic white and red Republic gunship, and I definitely think we need a white version of this amazing ship. The last white version I think we got was in 2013 or 2014, and definitely one of the best gunships that we've gotten. But anyway, though, I'm really hoping LEGO does this maybe for 2024, 2025, especially now that they have, the price range and what the build is actually going to look like. I definitely think they could recolor this. Now, apparently, this is just a recolored, remodified version of the Coruscant Guard gunship. As you guys can see with those doors, they do open different directions, which I think is interesting, so they do not go all one way, which I think is kind of nice. I definitely think that is more accurate to the shows and movies where we've seen the gunships. It does look like you have a little bit of turret bubbles on the side of the wings. Now, whether that is accurate or not to the the reference material, I do not know, but you guys can have that debate down in the comment section below. Of course, we can see that cockpit space for the clone pilots and stuff like that, but of course, Brick Wizard is using Phase 2 Captain Rex as the pilot, which I think is hilarious. But anyway, that's not the point, though. Of course, you would have all the interior space and stuff like that in their, missiles and all that fun stuff. This is basically the same gunship, just recolored and a little bit modified. And I kind of like this version a little bit more. Again, I'm hoping LEGO does this in the near future. The minifigure selection looks pretty good. Of course, you would get that Season 7 Ahsoka Tano, Phase 2 Captain Rex in a cheaper set, which would be nice. Bo-Katan, which we recently have gotten. Another 332nd Clone Trooper, which we have recently gotten as well, and a couple of Darth Maul Super Commandos, which is really cool, and I feel like we haven't seen them in a while except for that Gar Saxon minifigure. So to get some newer versions of them, I feel like that'd be really cool. I definitely could see the set again going for $140 because that's what that Coruscant Guard gunship went for. But I definitely think this is an awesome version. I'm hoping LEGO does a normal white version within the next couple years. But anyway, let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is the Zillow Beast Attack. I really love this set. Spoilers ahead for the Bad Batch Season 2, but the Zillow Beast showed up in the Bad Batch, so this is a very appropriate set to make right now. Obviously, you could base it off the Clone Wars or off the Bad Batch, and clones do show up in both episodes. Obviously, this model is based off the Clone Wars. I really love that arc of the Clone Wars. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. It looks like the minifigure selection would be pretty solid. It looks like you would get a Mace Windu, who we've had before, Anakin Skywalker, who we've had before, 2 Phase 1 Clone Troopers, which, it's decent, right? And then a Dug. I think the last Dug we got was Sebulba back in like 2012 or 2013, so it's definitely been a while since we've had a Dug. The Republic TX tank itself looks pretty decent. I definitely could see LEGO making a solid one of those. The Zillow Beast, on the other hand, it looks really decent. I think Brick Wizard did an amazing job with it, but the only thing is the stability. Obviously, LEGO would have to figure that out and probably would make it a little bit smaller just for the stability issue, but what an amazing idea. Again, I love the minifigure selection. I definitely could see this set going for around that $60 or $70 mark, just depending on how big these builds actually are. I would love to have that Zillow Beast. Maybe the Zillow Beast on Coruscant would be so cool, so you could get like a little Coruscant build and then the Zillow Beast itself, or do the scene out of the Bad Batch, which would be really cool as well. I definitely love this set. Alright guys, you know what time it is. It is meme set time, and today we have the Lando Calrissian parts list. I think this is absolutely amazing. Of course, we would get Lando Calrissian based off his Solo look, from the movie Solo, obviously, which I think is pretty hilarious. You guys remember from that movie, we got to see Lando Calrissian's cape closet, and he just had a bunch of different capes in that closet. So as you guys can see, Lando Calrissian's parts list, page 1 of 20, because that's how many capes he has. I think that would be awesome to have maybe as the May 4th promo or something like that. Of course, we would just get a updated version of that Solo Lando Calrissian, and of course we would just get a bunch of bags of capes, which would be hilarious to have, and then you could just interchange them and have Lando rocking different capes for different occasions. I think that would be awesome to have. It'd be a great way to get an updated younger Lando Calrissian from with the Solo look, but it also would be awesome to get all those capes. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, the next set that we're going to be talking about today, the invasion of Cato Nemoidia. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right, but if I didn't, go ahead and correct me. So of course you're getting a Anakin Interceptor and a Ahsoka Tano Interceptor, which looks absolutely fantastic. I feel like we haven't gotten an Ahsoka Starship since like 2008 or 2009. And of course we did have Anakin's Interceptor, I want to say back in 2019 or 2020, so that is fairly recent. But I just love the design of these ships. I think it would be awesome to get these in like a one set type of thing instead of buying two separate sets. So I definitely could see this set going for probably a nice $50 or $60, maybe closer to that 60 or 70 maybe, just because the size of the ships and, you know, with Lego's price increases and stuff like that. The minifigure selection looks pretty decent. Of course, you would get a Ahsoka Tano, which is pretty standard for the set. Of course, an Anakin Skywalker. It looks like you would get a Phase 2 Captain Rex. It'd be a great way to get him in the cheaper set instead of the UCS Venator. It looks like you would get R2-D2, and then I want to say like R3. I don't know, Ahsoka's droid, so it'd be cool to have a nice remake of Ahsoka's droid. But the ships themselves look pretty good. You would have some interior space to fit your minifigures, and of course, for your droids, of course, those wings would be able to fold up, and that's about it. But overall, what an amazing set. Congratulations, guys. You have made it to the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a fun time putting it together, and I definitely think LEGO needs to make some of these awesome Clone Wars vehicles. Shout out to Brick Wizard of 59 and Star Wars Photoshop for making these awesome sets. I'll put a link to their Instagrams down in the description below. If you guys enjoyed today's video or you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the channel big time, and honestly, you would make my day. Also, go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. Again, I'd really appreciate it, and you would help out the video big time. I know I say that a lot, guys, but it really would mean a lot. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.